Hi all, welcome to Diversified Finance. So let's have a quick look at the Bitcoin price action. Bitcoin seems like having a bit of a rally. As we know, it dropped from 125K to 60,000, and then we're having a bit of a rally. So I don't believe this gonna become a much of a bigger rally. It usually we do see uh, bull like short-term bull rallies during bear markets. So we are in a bear market right now. But uh, what what we know normally a bear market lasts for like a year for from most probably like for 12 months uh, according to what we've seen earlier bear markets, right? So in 2018, there was a bear market for that lasted for 1 year, and then 2022 there was a bear market lasted for 1 year. So looking at that, we can say like we might see this bear market go for another at least 6 months or so until up to October 2026. But the only difference is in 2017 and 2021, we've seen parabolic tops where Bitcoin, especially in 2017, Bitcoin pumped from $1,000 to 20,000, right? That's 20K pump. And then in 2021, Bitcoin pumped from about 4,000 to 60K, 60,000, 65,000. But that's like parabolic pumps, right? But the pump we had in 2020, like since 2022, it's more like it pumped on apathy. There was no euphoria. And we haven't seen, let's not forget, we haven't seen a all season for the past 5 years. Since 2021, we haven't seen a proper all season. Ethereum has not gone up above its all-time highs since 2021. So that's not good, like, for people who hold a lot of altcoins, including myself. So, anyways, but we know uh, Bitcoin price actions time to time, right? Um, throw us a curveball. So, what the thing which is clear to majority right now? A lot of people probably be waiting to buy Bitcoin in October because we've seen bear markets, prolonged bear markets, like at least 4 to 12 months, right, or more. So, what, given that we had no euphoric top, right? What could, if there's like a scenario where Bitcoin drops so much, say below 50, right? But it has to happen in May. So this is like in we are this is 21st of May, so it has to happen in May or early June, right? So we probably are 2 to 3 weeks right now. Within these like coming couple of weeks, what if there's a scenario Bitcoin drops to like 40 below 50, say 40 to 50K or so, like 40,000, 45,000, 50,000 area, then that'll uh, maybe that could be the end of the bear market, right? Because if the Bitcoin drops so much to like 45K or so, we can clearly say that's the end of the bear market. So it's either time-based capitulation or the price-based capitulation. So we've seen for the past two bear markets, we have seen a time-based capitulation, which is lasted for 12 months. So what if Bitcoin throws a curveball at us and it's only going to last, this bear market only going to last for like 6 months, right? For that to happen, the price needs to drop below 50K, at least down to like 45K. So, so looking at the share market, S&P 500 and Nasdaq and Dow Jones, they are at all-time highs. So what if there's like some sort of a scenario where share market corrects in the couple of weeks? like probably 5 to 10%. And then because of that, Bitcoin probably have like a sharp drop below 50K towards like 45K. That could be a price capitulation for this bear market, and that could be very well be the bottom if that happens, right? So if and that would also be a nice curveball because everyone is expecting Bitcoin to go on a 1 year bear market all the way up to October. What if when no one expects Bitcoin have a price capitulation instead of a time-based capitulation and drop so much where it goes to like such a low levels, and then we start our bull market from that time onwards. So if we want to see that, Bitcoin needs to drop like below 50, like to maybe at to our 45,000 area in a matter of another couple of weeks, 2, 3 weeks. Yeah. So and then nobody's expecting that, right? Everyone's expecting, looking at the previous data, Bitcoin needs to be in a bear market until October this year. But if there's a case like Bitcoin drops in end of May and just finds support around 60K, then there'll be another 6 months for us to see the bottom for BTC. But if there's a price capitulation, as I mentioned earlier, if it drops so much to 45K something, that could be the bottom of the this bear market, and then from there onwards, we could see Bitcoin goes up. So in order to that happen, as I mentioned earlier, we need to see a share market correction, and then just to save the share market, if government comes with money printing QE, then that'll be really nice. So from 45K, Bitcoin could pump all the way to like 150, 160, even 200,000, like 5x from there, 4 to 5x from there. And then that will help a lot of altcoins to pump a lot harder as well, right? So for that to see, yeah, so Bitcoin has like, we are running out of time, so we have about like 2 to 3 weeks. Within that time period, if we see that, that'll be perfect. And then because Bitcoin has to go up first for us to see a all season, right? Yeah, so that's just a quick video in regards to Bitcoin price action. I'll talk to you in the next video. See ya.